take it away.
Hold on. We're gonna need to redo the intro really.
All right, we're going to get back to our next run. We have Pokemon Yellow with Pokeguy. Bet you've never seen this before. I'm going to pass it over to them. Take it away.
Hello, I am Pokeguy. I am running Pokemon Yellow. I'm also a runner of many other Pokemon games. And I'm here with my two commentators.
Hi, this is MaddiicT. I am primarily a Gen 1 speedrunner, pretty religiously playing for the past 2 years. So very excited to be here.
I am Truly. I'm also a Pokemon speedrunner. I've done a bunch of different generations, including Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Red. And yeah, I'm also very excited to be here and to watch the show. Very excited. Should be really fun.
All right, so let's get started. What do we have for the rival name?
All right, so checking in on the bid war for the rival name, the winner was who with the question mark.
All right.
Awesome.
So I guess I'm ready to go. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, Pokeguy needed to know the name for the rival there right away because it happens very quickly, so you kind of have to put it in really quickly there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You also saw him change some options there at the beginning. It's just, typical Pokemon stuff, changing your options, your text speed to fast, the battle style to set, and the animations off. It's just all things that we do on these runs to make it go as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm. Also, we'd usually be naming the rival, and we named ourselves one character, but that's just because it's going to be constantly printing throughout the run, and the text is printing at about one character per frame. As much as we could save from there.
Yeah, not too bad. It's only a few extra characters, so we'll be chilling here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So in this game,
start off our journey. Mm-hmm.
In this game, you get an encounter here, unlike in Red, when this is a Pikachu.
Right.
And with the anime cry. Pretty great.
Yeah, exactly. In Red, it actually just takes you right into the lab. It skips over this encounter.
Yeah, we'll be talking a lot about the differences between the two games in Gen 1.
Yeah, there actually is a lot of differences, way more than you would think. But yeah.
Yeah, they're separate categories on the leaderboard there.
They're very different.
Yellow is kind of trying to mimic the anime a little bit more, so they're having you get Pikachu in the beginning. They changed up the gym leader's Pokemon to match the anime, as well as some trainers, movesets, and things. So it is decently different.
We would be getting Eevee if Who didn't steal it from us.
True, yeah. What a jerk.
That would make the rival fight actually better. Oh well.
Exactly. Yeah, but now we're going to get into the rival fight. In this game, it does matter if you win or lose this fight. It changes some things later on with your rival and what Pokemon he has later in the battles when we fight him later. So yeah, winning or losing this fight actually does matter. So let's see what happens here.
Yeah, so if you lose every fight, you get Vaporeon. If you win one fight and lose the other one being west of Vermilion, then he gets Flareon, and if you win them both, he gets Jolteon. But we don't fight the one west of Vermilion, so Jolteon is not possible. All right, I died, so rival will be having Flareon. which is not optimal, but it's fine.
Yep, actually changes the entire team.
Yeah, since you lost it, it is going to be Vaporeon. But yeah, so what it is, I think Rival later has a... When you lose, he has a Vaporeon and a Ninetales at the end. And if you win, he has a Cloyster and Flareon. So yeah, it does matter if you lose there. So it's just... It'll be fine, but we just need to remember that for later, that he did lose that battle. So kind of have to change up your strats, which you have to do a little bit later.
No, he's just going to be progressing through the story, getting Oak's Parcel, just trying to get as few encounters as possible.
Exactly.
None of the counters benefit you.
And Pokeguy actually would have lived that Eevee there if he didn't get crit. Gen 1 is very weird compared to every other generation of Pokemon, to where your speed decides your crit rate for each Pokemon. So each Pokemon has their, specific crit rate based off of their base speed stat. So, yeah. And that also will come into play later in the run as well. And it changes, it doesn't really change anything, but you're more likely to get crit on certain things than other Pokemon, because some Pokemon are obviously slower than others, so the crit rate isn't going to be as high for those. So, just things like that.
And sometimes if you have a fast Pokemon using a high crit rate move, it's just 255 out of 256 to critical. And one is fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the crit rate's ranging from roughly 2% to like low 30%.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's a little ridiculous for
what is the highest crit rate in the game?
I know Electrode has it, but I'm not sure.
Electrode, yeah. Yeah, so I think it's pretty funny because like a Pokemon like Electrode, I think the crit rate's around it's just straight up like 1 in 4 to crit you. So compared to, typically nowadays in Pokemon games where it's just 1 in 24 to get crit. So
getting pretty
very, very different.
Getting pretty unlucky with encounters here. It's about 10% per tile to get an encounter, and I've gotten 4 already, which is more than average.
Yeah, definitely.
Gonna be heading usually behind Oak, saving some frames.
Oh yeah, you're
so
right.
that the rival walks a little bit less. So Pikachu's gonna do a little walk here, yeah, which is gonna make it slightly longer. But
that's
okay.
okay.
We go behind Pikachu, the little walk there.
Yeah, and red, you usually talk to him from the side, but the back also works. But just what I'm used to.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah. So yeah, sometimes you would go, or normally you would go behind Oak here, and it makes Rival walk less on screen, so it's worth going behind Oak and talking to him compared to just talking to him from the side like this. It's no big deal.
Yeah,
I think the side
Pikachu in general's.
I think the side's still faster than the front.
What's that, sorry?
I think the side is still faster than the front, so.
Yes, indeed.
Correct, yeah.
Fine.
Definitely. Yeah, Pikachu interacts with a lot of the cutscenes in this game, so we're going to be ditching it as soon as we can. As soon as it's reasonable. Specifically saves a lot of time on the Bill cutscene later.
Oh yeah. So not a bad Route 1 overall. Could have definitely been worse. Yeah, it wasn't great, but it could have definitely been worse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we're going to go straight to the shop. We're going to grab some stuff that we need. Mainly Pokeballs and some potions that are going to last us pretty much the whole run, honestly.
Potions are a nice addition from Red. You cannot get potions in this game. Red, Blue, or
also
in the Smart.
Yeah, another thing worth noting there is whenever you lose Rival, you actually have less money for that first shop, so you kind of have to adjust a little bit based off that, but nothing too crazy.
So because of the infamous old man glitch in Red and Blue, they made you do this tutorial like in the early game so that you can't abuse it later.
It's funny.
You don't have to do this in Red.
Yeah, Red, you just walk right past this guy and
he does always never catch the rat. It's kind of strange because it's a catching tutorial, but...
Yeah, it's a tutorial, but it doesn't even get in the wall. Yeah, we're going to go up to this patch of grass. We're going to be saving. It's going to be this first RNG manip of the run. It's a little bit of a serious time, so I'll let Pokeguy do this really quick.
Yeah, so he's going to be manipulating a Nidoran with perfect stats. near perfect stats.
Yeah,
As perfect
exactly.
as you can get them.
Yeah.
As well as a catch with full health.
Yeah. So he reset, and now he encountered this Nidoran, guaranteed. Or it's not guaranteed, but that was a very good throw. Should get in.
Right.
Very nice.
Brilliant.
And unfortunately, there is a chance for this Manip to fail, so Pokeguy is going to have to check his stats right away to make sure that he has the right Nidoran. Also naming it one character.
That is the best possible Nidoran.
Very nice.
Very
Love to see
good.
it. Yeah, and also the same reason we named ourself A, we're naming our Nidoran A because it prints every character it wastes a frame. So if you think about how many times you're going to see your Nidoran thrown out or your Nidoran beating a Pokemon, it pops up the name every single time. So it's definitely worth just nicknaming your Nidoran there. Saves a lot of time over the course of the run.
All right, so red and yellow both use Nidoran. Thing is, in yellow, you don't have Squirtle to beat Brock with. So we have to fight several optionals to get to level 12 to learn double kick before Brock so we can actually win.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a low roll on the Caterpie, so not going to kill him 4 hits anymore. That's okay.
Force.
Yeah,
Force
what do you want
has
to talk
been
about
huge.
why you do less damage after a crit
Like that.
in this
And a
game?
miss.
Yeah, so when your stats are changed, or crits essentially ignore all stat changes, so the 2 Leers that he used on the Caterpie are ignored, and it ends up doing less damage.
Okay, man.
We're getting very
Critical hit.
trolled here. It's missed 295% tackles.
It's very rough.
Also, a lot of crits happening already. 'Cause isn't that crazy? But again, it's all based off speed, and Caterpie isn't horribly slow either. So
Heal.
Pokeguy, yeah, definitely have to heal here because Pokeguy would be dead to a crit from that Caterpie from 5 HP.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate. Ideally, you don't have to heal here, but it's random. Sometimes you just get a lot of string shots. Sometimes string shot fails. Sometimes he misses tackle.
It's also nice with the enemy status moves like String Shot or Leer or Growl. Gen 1 gave them like a 25% chance of failing, additional on top of their accuracy. So even though Leer and Growl are 100% accurate, the enemy is 25% to miss it. For the AI.
Yeah.
All right, so this trainer I'm about to fight is actually a very recent addition, relatively. I guess it's been like
about a year and a half.
But so we used to walk through the grass to a different trainer who only has 2 Pokemon. Problem with that is that you can get more encounters, and he has a Metapod that's 1 in 3 to use Harden, and inconsistent Harden is actually a lot worse than consistent Harden.
Yeah.
Because like the Metapod on the other fight could just use String Shot Harden, and you want to Leer, so it just can end up not going well.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's actually, it was realized that it's better to fight this trainer that has Metapods that only use Harden and an extra Pokemon. That's a very good crit. So that you can
Yes,
manip
it is.
more grass, get less encounters, and have a more consistent fight.
Yeah, on that other fight that we used to do, you could literally just Leer, and then he would just Harden. It pretty much just negates the Leer you did, and it can get very annoying really quickly. Yeah, and that crit that he got on the Caterpie actually was very good. That was
a really good fight.
Yeah, that was, sure. Yeah, again, we're going to do the Manip from this grass right here. It's pretty much with the way this Manip works here. You only risk, I think you risk 1 tile of an encounter, and it's on the save tile. Where normally you would risk all the grass from that he's about to walk. So he's going to walk past this trainer. It'll kind of make more sense in a second. Yeah, so all this grass that he's about to walk through right here, normally this would be unmanipped grass. So all this would be chances to get encounters, and then you would fight that guy right there. But since we don't do that anymore, all this grass is now manipped. So we are not going to get any encounters here, and also going to get a Pidgey on the very last tile right before this trainer. And if it goes right, we'll also throw a YOLO ball at this and it will get in. Just how the Nidoran got in. But yeah, when you're in green bar here versus yellow and red, the YOLO ball can be a little bit more tricky. And Pokeguy nailed it.
Brilliant. Wow.
What a beast.
It's not
That is
that
not
easy.
easy.
Yep.
Yeah, that is not an easy YOLO ball to hit. Oh yeah, and also a cool little potion pickup there.
Yeah.
Since you're coming out of the encounter and the potion's just right there in front of you, you can just buffer it and it just completely skips the jingle that it would play when you normally would pick it up. Yeah. Very, very nice
Yeah.
YOLO ball from Pokeguy. Well done.
Could I jump in with a quick donation here?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have a $10,000 donation
Wow.
from Fangamer. And they say, hey everybody, Fangamer here. We've been looking forward to this chance to send in our Dex number donation because it lets us unleash a stampede of 10,000 Bulbasaurs. This multitude of Pocket Pals is courtesy of everyone shopping the Fangamer AGDQ 2023 collection. Until the end of the event, 100% of the profit from sales of GDQ merch goes on to support Prevent Cancer Foundation. Just follow the Bulbasaur's lead. They're on their way to check out the full lineup at fangamer.com/GDQ. Thanks so much, Fangamer, and thanks so much everyone who's been getting that merch. That's awesome. That also brings us up to we're at 62,000 almost for Stray. So let's keep those donations coming in. I'm keeping my eyes open.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fangamer. That's insane.
Awesome.
So here the Pikachu's going.
Yes.
And
And also, this is another part. Normally, we would do the center way, way later in the run. But since with that little bit of the route change we're doing, is we can deposit the Pikachu now, take the center, and with just a little bit of tracking our horn attacks, we can make it all the way through Mount Moon without having to take the center before Mount Moon, which is how we would normally do it about 1.5 years ago before the route change.
Right.
Which I think Pokeguy came up with that route change idea.
That's right. So I deposited Pikachu there. I did something called Fast PC, which is where if you time the exit really good, you can skip the jingle to get out of the PC.
Yes. Yeah.
We don't want Pikachu in our party because Pikachu triggers cutscenes later on that lose quite a bit of time. This is the last optional trainer I have to fight to get double kick for Brock.
Exactly. Yep.
Diglett has a pretty high crit rate, so
Yeah, again, in red, you just walk around this guy because you have Squirtle and you can just, beat Brock with Squirtle. But we
Twitch
need
train, yeah.
we just need the XP to get double kick, level 12.
It's not the worst. Nidoran's at a very high level at the end of Brock. In red, blue, you finish Brock with a level 8 Nidoran, so the next segment's pretty rough, but
Yeah, exactly. Also needs the heal there. Would have been dead to a crit from scratch there. So you just have to play around that, unfortunately.
Yep.
There is a cool little strat that if you were doing a PB attempt, that Sandshrew hits you into red bar, and then you get to skip all this jingle right here with red bar.
I'm sure
Very
Red Bar
nice
will come
and
up
speedy.
a bit later.
Yeah.
That's a big part of speedrunning this game is if you're at under 5/24 of your health, a little siren plays that overlaps one of the audio tracks, and that audio track happens to play the jingle when you level up and enemy Pokemon cries when they come in or when they're defeated. So it just skips that entire cry and ends up saving a decent amount of time throughout the run.
Yeah. Doesn't save as much time as it saves in Pokemon Red, but it still is useful in this game.
that's very useful. Makes like there are times you can only get if you get red bar for a lot of the run.
Crit by
Also,
Geodude.
yeah, getting crit with that Geodude is also really silly because
Geodude is
Geodude's a
pretty
very,
slow,
very
but
slow
that's okay.
Pokemon. So, yeah, it doesn't matter, but it's really funny.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah, Bind's. This is another difference between Red and Yellow. Onyx in this game has Bind, which it does not have in Pokemon Red.
Nice.
It can just and it's gonna be really annoying because you need to
5
get off
turns.
2 Leers here before you can start attacking this Onyx.
You can see he's locked too in the future generations. That's not how it works at all. They fix this up. It's very bad in this game, Wrap and Bind.
Yeah, getting Bide on that turn kind of silly. Gonna have to stall out here with the Leers.
Hopefully it just bides again.
Yeah, ideally it bides again here, so we don't have to worry about anything.
Jeez, that would have been very bad.
Whew. That's not ideal.
All right, we're good.
Once again, the crit doing a little less damage, although it shouldn't make a difference.
Okay, a little scary, but we're through.
Yeah, as you can see, the non-crit did a lot more.
Yeah.
5-turn bind's pretty silly, but that's okay.
Getting 5-turn bind there is really silly. It's 1 in 4 to use bind, and then I don't know the chance of it to bind 5 turns, but it's
1 in 8.
Yeah, and also bind can miss how it did there, so it's also very silly.
Yeah,
Bind's the worst move it can use.
Bind and wrap are really broken in Gen 1, especially if you're slower, because it can just use it forever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Through Brock though, which is very nice. Definitely.
Not too many mishaps. Doing good.
Yeah. Can't be upset about that at all. This HP is actually pretty solid for Route 3. A little bit more would be a little bit safer, but this HP should be completely fine to get through Route 3 here. Yeah, and Route 3 in this game is also way different than Red because you are a much higher level than you would be at this point in Red. Mainly because of just the extra trainers we have fought to that point.
Yep. You're level 8 here in Red, 13 in Yellow. Just because you had to level up for Brock. These fights are a lot nicer.
Yeah.
That's a very good string shot fail.
Exactly. And yeah, since we already took that center, we're just going to have to track our horn attacks a little bit here. Yeah. So I think you need to save a couple, or you just get a good crit somewhere and you save them that way, but...
Yep. There are ways to save horn attacks as long as you don't Gen 1 miss. That would be pretty bad.
Yes.
And if anybody's not aware what a Gen 1 miss is, it's just the way Gen 1 is. There's always a 1 in 256 chance of you missing your move, regardless if it's 100% accurate or not. Very well made.
I just got a badge boost.
Right.
Yeah, so...
Want to talk about that, Matt?
Yeah, because when Pokeguy finished Brock was saying how he got an increase to attack. What's happening there's a mechanic in the game. He has an attack badge boost. It's always the second he enters a fight or he levels up, it's going to give him 1 badge boost, which is a 9/8 bonus on his attack.
Yeah.
But every single time an AI Pokemon uses a status move that doesn't lower lower his attack, it will actually give him another badge boost. It's part of the game recalculating the stats, and they didn't limit how many badge boosts you can get. That's useful because there are some times where you could tackle instead of horn attack to save.
Ekans was a damage range to die, but I did get it. But if it leered, I would have gotten the badge boost and it would have been guaranteed. But
yeah,
like 83% without badge boosts or something like that. And it has wrap, which can be very annoying.
Yeah, that is very cool. There is like moments in time where you can get a good badge boost and it just helps you get a range.
Yeah, I think this is one of them, right? Doesn't it help you OHKO the Caterpie later?
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, but that Weedle is a range to die, though. I don't know the exact range, but it is.
Yeah, when you miss the Weedle range, you want String Shot. That's what.
Yep.
That is tackle.
Fairy Tackle. That might have been a max roll.
Yeah. Depending on the roll you get on that Kakuna on that turn, sometimes you can tackle it or you have to horn attack again. And again, since we have to save some horn attacks, it's very nice that we can...
Ooh.
Is this potential 4-turn?
No, I 2-shot the Kakuna, but...
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Same thing with Metapod, I think sometimes...
Nice.
Oh, yeah, there's the general miss. Right on cue. Hopefully we don't see any more of those, but yeah, that was a 1 in 256 chance of missing that move, and missed it. So very, very silly, but I mean, it's okay. Luckily, that wasn't a bad place to general miss, so...
Yeah, I already saved 2 horn attacks, so I'm
Just
good.
one of the not great ones, but
I did crit. I don't think it definitely wouldn't have died if I didn't crit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, it only lost the turn of missing, but sometimes if you Gen 1 miss turn 1 on like a Metapod, you just lose your run because that's so much time lost. Because it hardens and then
and also evolved right there. It's another difference between red and yellow. You don't evolve until after the Moon Rocket fight, which doesn't exist in this game. In red, since we bought all the extra trainers and stuff, we are evolving at this point.
And you might see he's using double kick
Yeah.
to finish off the Caterpie. That might be a little confusing because it says not very effective. You'd think the extra text box, it would maybe take a little bit more time. What you might notice is that when he uses Horn Attack, it's a type of move called a flash move.
Yes.
And it takes roughly a second longer than a shake move, which double kick is. Any move that has a secondary effect will be roughly a second faster. So even though there's another text box, it's still worth going for it. Also, you can't miss tackle and you're saving a Horn Attack. Oops.
Did, yes.
See the feed?
Luckily, there was nothing too crazy happening there at that point. It's all good. Yeah, so your Sheep Pokeguy is in Mount Moon now. This is another RNG manipulation. Exact same way, you save one tile in as soon as you come into Mount Moon here. And then you reset the game, and then this allows you just to follow a very precise path of movement here. And with pressing A on specific tiles, it allows you to get through all of Mount Moon all the way to where you need to be with no encounters. It's a very, it can be pretty tricky if you're just starting it, but once you've done it a lot, it actually is much easier than you would think. I think there is, so he has to walk this very specific path, and then on top of that, he has to press A. I think it's 32 different times on different tiles on this minute. So yeah, it's very, very, a lot of memorization here. Once you've done it a lot, it just comes naturally.
Sad. That's literally an IGT, I think.
It does appear to be one, yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
That is wild. So, they're not perfect. The Manips, there are slight chances of them failing. This actually happens to be one of the best ones. It's over 98% success rate. But because of the frame that you save on, there is a slight chance that the Manip will not work properly. We actually have it all documented, and you could check if the encounter that you got was an IGT failure. But IGT refers to in-game time.
Yeah. Very unfortunate, but he did make it far enough to where it was still worth going for the Manip. So,
For sure, absolutely.
still very silly for that to happen, but
That's pretty annoying.
yeah.
A little better than in red and blue, because there's a parasite you catch at the very end, so you'd have to redo, do a backup Manip. This game, we were just going for no encounters, so at this point, it's just +4
that's
encounters,
okay.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and IGT is just it's just a chance of the Manip failing. There's nothing you can really do about it, unfortunately. It's completely out of your control if you get it or not, depending on the frame you save on. But it's okay. Past that now. That part can definitely be a nerve-wracking point as well for whenever you're doing attempts as well. It's just get to that point, you have to nail it. If not, you just pretty much resetting every time. Getting pound there is good.
We haven't mentioned, but we are a stage 3 Pokemon right now.
Yeah, exactly. We were stage 3 Pokemon before.
Less than half an hour into the run. It's a little ridiculous how fast this route is, but yeah, Nidoking is an absolute beast, and its moveset at this point is quite nice. These next few fights are going to be going smoothly.
Exactly. Yeah, again, having just a level, stage 3 is just so crazy at this point. This Coffin is a range. That was a very good roll, so this should die.
Wow.
Wow, that was a horrible roll.
They finished with double kick.
Yeah, finished with double kick.
See the shake
Again,
animation.
Yeah. If you saw what Matt said there, if you watch next time Pokeguy uses Horn Attack, just watch how the Pokemon will flash versus shake. Again, like Matt said, it's about a second faster to do that shake animation when you can versus the flash.
And by the end of the run, 3 out of our 4 moves are shake animation, so the only earthquake that is a flash.
Exactly.
Would now be a good time for a quick Pokédex donation?
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So we have $72.50 from Rappel Art, who says, donating $72.50 towards the stray incentive for my favorite cat Pokemon, Litten. I've been playing Pokemon for 25 years, and red was where I got my start on my GBA color. GBC, I guess. My parents asked me why an adult would play a game like Pokemon. I just replied, why not? Thanks so much for your donation. And this also puts us just about at $65,000 for Stray, so we're almost 2/3 of the way there. Let's keep pushing, everyone. Y'all are
we
doing
definitely
great.
can get there. Yeah. Awesome.
Stuff, guys. Oh yeah, so Jesse James, this is straight from the anime.
Yeah, exactly. This fight does not exist in red. Nor does Jesse and James in red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
red has a much worse fight.
that coffee there also is arranged, but it's a much less favored range. I don't even think it is favored. I don't know. But
yeah, it's a very bad range.
Very, very bad range.
I don't know if I've ever gotten it.
Yeah, getting it naturally without a crit is just so unlikely. And also worth noting, now that we're Nidoking, yeah, not bad at all. Now that we're Nidoking, it's about, I don't remember what it is exactly. I think it's like, what, 12-ish% every turn to crit, about 1 in 6.
1 in 6.
Yeah, it's about 1 in 6 for Nidoking to crit on every single turn.
16.4%. Yeah.
16.4, yep.
Yeah, 16.4.
Pretty high.
Yeah, it's very, very high,
why
and
Nidoking's
it
so
can definitely
good.
be useful on some certain fights to crit.
Towards the end game, it'll mostly just be time loss, though.
Yeah. And also, due to the route change that we were talking about earlier, we're taking the center now versus taking it later. You always take this center, but yeah, just the route change allows us to do it now versus later because I'm pretty sure we're out of horn attacks at that point, and we need them back. So
entirely for PP, pretty much.
Yeah, entirely for PP, exactly.
Health doesn't hurt, though. This next fight is not fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is definitely one of the worst fights in the game right here. But I can't really die as long as I play it fine.
Exactly. Dying on this fight's hard, but losing time,
you can lose a lot.
Getting, you know, just you can get bad moves. Yeah, it's very easy to lose time on this fight.
Yeah.
And red and yellow are very similar into that reason.
So Spearo's 4 moves. We just really don't want to see Growl.
Yeah, Growl and Fury Attack are the worst moves that Spearow can do here. Growl is by far the worst, also because you do less damage. Ideally, you just crit. Peck is very good.
Fine. And the Sandshrews 1 in it's 50% to sand attack you, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Sand attack isn't that bad because it does give you a badge boost, which can actually be helpful. But if you get more than 1 sand or you start missing, then it's obviously not good.
Scratch is good.
And in Gen 1, 100% move after sand attack is only 2 and 3 to hit.
Very nice Scratch.
Yeah, we just don't get
really
sand.
crit, but that's okay. Also switching to double kick there because it's, again, faster to switch to double kick, and also we're going to be double kicking this Rattata, so it's just switching to it already. Nice.
And this EV is about 56% to die to a double kick.
Yeah, which would be, I believe it'd be guaranteed if you got the badge boost, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And I got it barely.
Wow.
Take those. Very nice.
Couldn't even
That's
tell
a
if I
very
got
clean
it or
fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fight can definitely be way, way worse than that. So.
The Spearow has Growl, and then the Sandshrew has Sand Attack, and then the Eevee also has Sand Attack.
Yeah.
Avoided all of those.
Yeah, nothing too crazy is going to happen on the bridge, so if you do have any donations,
Yep, definitely.
it definitely would be a great time right now.
Yeah, for sure. So we have a $52 donation from Irvi, who says, donating $52 in honor of Meowth because of my 2 cats and I need to see Stray. GDQ has been keeping my spirits up as I am sick from work, and the only thing that could make it even better is more cats. All right, you heard it, y'all. Thanks, Irvi, for your donation, and let's get that Stray incentive unlocked. We're well on our way. You're doing great. you have-
Yeah, bridge here. Nothing too crazy goes on. These fights are pretty just straightforward. I think there's a couple ranges.
Yeah. Every fight has like a range pretty much, except for the Mankey and the after that.
Yeah.
Or the fight before it didn't either. But this fight, this Pidgey is like 70% to die, and it has sand attack, so getting it is very...
Yeah, exactly.
Really
It's not guaranteed to sand attack if you do miss the range, but you do want to just hit the range, so don't worry about it. Or you just get quick attack, and then you don't have to... Yeah, getting quick attack like that's fine, because now you can't get sanded. It's just, again, a little bit slower to get quick attack there, so that's fine. Got the range as well.
Nice crit. That does not die in one hit.
Yeah,
And
that's a very nice crit.
it's got double kick, which if it uses it, it takes a long time for the animation
Yeah.
to play out.
Yeah, the animation plays out. It's not very effective on you. Like,
And it
just,
kicks again. Yeah.
and yeah, it does it twice, and it plays that not very effective text twice, and very, very slow.
Double kick the rats and shake move.
Yep,
On
shake
attack would
move,
kill.
you-
But
Exactly. This Ekans is a range to die. Don't know the exact range, but
God,
we just get it. It does have bind. There we go. Or wrap,
Wrap.
sorry.
Mhm.
Basically bind, just different name.
Yep.
Gonna do a little bit of menu in here. Maybe gonna heal. Maybe gonna potion once here.
no.
Maybe not.
Now we learn the best move in the game, Thrash, or one
Yep.
of them.
Exactly. Yep.
So in Gen 1, Thrash is 3 to 4 turns, not 2 to 3 like later gens. And it's really good in a speedrun because you don't have to select a move every turn. It just keeps using it. So that it's just time save over any
Yeah.
other move.
Exactly.
For
And it's-
PP reasons as well.
Yep,
Like
it only
you'll be
uses one
hitting 3 or
PP.
4 times, but counts only once.
Or I just didn't even Thrash. Nice one. That's fine. Still dies.
We're just talking about how great it is.
Yeah, it's also a shake move as well. So
Thrash this.
That's... Yeah, it's got a lot going for it.
yeah, it's just very nice. Just the combination of that and having Nido King, just very, very powerful. We'll be using it a lot.
You got more donations now is good.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. We have a ton of Pokédex donations, so I've got you covered.
Awesome.
We have a $50 donation from Jackie who says, Dex donation, $50 for Pokemon number 50, Diglett. Diglett dig, Diglett dig.
Love it.
We also have a $158 donation from Schmango Fett, who says, one of my favorite things about AGDQ is that it always falls on my birthday, and to watch the amazing Pokemon run is one of the greatest gifts I can ask for. This $158 donation is for my favorite Pokemon, Totodile. Woo, love Totodile.
Happy birthday.
And happy birthday, yeah, thanks for being here.
I Gen 1 missed again.
No.
Wow.
Didn't matter.
Yeah, this fight it doesn't really matter because you're two-shotting anyways.
It's
or it's a
two,
two-turn.
yeah.
It's a two-turn fight anyways, and you're guaranteed to hit at least 3 times. Or use Thrash 2 times, sorry.
But it is quite unlikely to have Gen 1 miss twice
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, 2-1, and 256s
Mhm.
already.
Hopefully we're done with that.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
My personal best is Gen 1 missing 8 times in 3.5 hours.
I did the General Miss 3 times in 5 turns.
I do remember that.
This is a little bit different than Red as well. Red, you don't get Charmander like this. I don't even think it's available to grab. That guy doesn't
Nope.
have it in Red,
Oh,
but
we need to fight the top guy, don't we?
No.
We do not.
Fighting gentleman, yes.
Candy. Good catch. Okay.
alright, cool. Yeah, so we need an HM buddy to learn Cut and Dig. And it just works out perfectly that Charmander can do that.
Yep.
Which in Red you would have already caught a Paris way earlier in Mount Moon, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. This Onyx also has Bind.
Let me get it.
1 and 4.
Cool.
Very nice. That'd be nice.
Another
Pass that Onyx.
Another difference from red to yellow is that in red you have to get water gun for that Onyx and some.
Yeah, you literally just get water gun.
But in yellow, you have double kick to take care of it, so you don't need to get water gun.
Double kick.
Very useful.
Yeah, yellow added a lot of moves to the early game pokes so you have a fighting chance against Brock, because clearly Pikachu's not going to do the job. So
Exactly.
I know Mankey has like low kick and
there's not a lot of Pokemon that are good for Brock in the early game.
Butterfree learns Confusion earlier, learns at like level 10 instead of like 14 or something. So slight differences there, because Pikachu versus Brock, not great.
Yeah, and these next couple fights are all pretty straightforward, just nothing too crazy, just thrash away and everything just dies. But definitely, Lana, if you have any more donations.
I have always got you covered. I got you. So we have a $7.25 donation from Carrie the Hatchet, who says, 725 for Lytton. Let's get that stray bonus game. And checking in on that, just to let y'all know, we are already over 2/3 of the way there at $67,000. So we're making amazing progress. Let's keep it up, everyone.
You're good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Definitely make sure to get them in.
One last fight before Bill's house.
Yep. So,
So we're going to be going to Misty Gym soon. Misty is definitely one of the most likely fights to kill you in the run. It's just the way it is, and the move she has. It can definitely be annoying, but will be just a nice outcome. And it's not even just Misty itself. The fight before Misty's also can be pretty troll. Things.
This is where one of the Pikachu cutscenes would take place. If you have Pikachu in your party, Pikachu like freaks out that there's Bill's a Pokemon, and he takes like 20 seconds just like looking at it in amazement. It's a lot of time lost.
Yeah, exactly.
it's pretty absurd.
We're gonna change him back into a human.
Good idea.
Yeah, so the routing here is very careful. We get to level 25, we'll be outspeeding the Starmie by 1 speed point.
Yes.
Rough part about Starmie is its only moves it'll use against you are Water Gun and Bubble Beam. Bubble Beam can speed fall and does about half your health. Starmie has a very high crit rate, a little bit above 20%.
Yep.
So, and we're just thrashing. There's not much strategy to this.
Yeah, there's not much strategy to Misty, because you literally just thrash and you're locked in, and then she can just use Bubble Beam, speed fall you, and then she's faster than you. You can be low HP, you get crit by Water Gun and die, you get crit by Bubble Beam, die. Majority of the time, depending on your HP, if you just get crit by Bubble Beam, you're just dead. But yeah, there's nothing you can really do about it.
So in red, you can just escape rope out of Bill's house to avoid having to take that long walk back. I just did, and it just puts you in Cerulean. But in yellow, they fixed that because they didn't want you digging out of buildings or something, even though you can still dig out of some buildings.
Yeah. Very, very nice.
Goldeen only has one bad move, which is Supersonic.
Yep, 1 in 3 to use Supersonic. Either you just get Peck or Whip Fail, or you can name it Supersonic. Yep. Also, critting there is very nice.
Cool.
Its HP is kind of low for Misty. Living a Water Gun crit, but Bubble Beam crit will always kill us.
Yep.
Which is typically where you want to be. You want to pretty much live everything except Bubble Beam crit when you're going into Misty. Ideally, but sometimes you can't really decide that. Just all based off things that have attacked you and whatnot.
Hopefully we just get Water Gun.
Big moment, yeah.
Fortunately, Starmie has pretty high crit rate.
Yeah, it's about 22%, I think, for Starmie to crit. Again, it's going back to the speed. Starmie's a very fast Pokemon, so. Staryu's always dying in one hit. Critting on that turns silly. You would rather crit the Starmie in case you get X defend, but.
Okay.
Very nice.
Oh.
And I win.
Wow.
Very nice. Yeah, so
Cool.
he was 22% to die there when she used Bubble Beam. Also could have speedfalled and was probably
yeah.
yeah. If you got
more.
speedfall, yeah, it was probably very very likely to die when you use speedfall there. There is also a chance to use it in X defend. I don't know what the chance of that is, but also a chance that could happen.
Yeah,
being
most
past
of the
Misty is
time.
very nice though.
Mhm. Most of the time you see Bubble Beam, your heart stops.
Yeah.
You can't get Speedfall or Crit, so...
Right, So
Exactly.
you are gonna get to see Red Bar in some action for at least one fight.
Mhm.
Might heal after it, but you'll see how it just completely skips the level up after the Machop.
Yeah,
Like it still happens,
flies
but it
through
just yeah.
Which in this game versus Red, that's where Red Bar saves time versus not having Red Bar is since you can't skip over your enemy's cries and your own cry in Red Bar in this game. The main place you save time with Red Bar is whenever you level up.
Mhm.
Here's the level up. Just skip
Just-
right through it.
Just flying right through. Yeah, and in Red with Red Bar, it actually skips over your enemy's cries and just goes right into your move usage. So very very crazy how fast that can be. Guys, giving us Dig, which our Nidoking cannot learn for some reason, but
I have 12 HP.
yes.
Fascinating. I'm dead to a 1 in 39 quick attack crit from Eradicate. But I don't know. I don't think doing that fight first is worth it in yellow anyway.
There.
No.
And then
Here's a fun trick. Same thing with the potion earlier. Since the music's chaining, you can just pick it up without a jingle playing.
yeah, so you didn't see he picked up a 4 restore there. It's a very useful 4 restore, not only for backspace, but we need 4 restores for later in the game as well. So this works out perfectly that one's right in your way. See, Pokeguy's gonna heal here because these next fights. Normally you wouldn't heal there, but the next fights, these Pidgeys have quick attack, and if he was to get 3 quick attacks there, he would have just been dead. Or you get crit on a couple of the Pidgeys, and you're put in a really bad
Great.
spot. Yeah, very unfortunate to get the encounter there.
Mm.
Yeah, and he decided to heal before the fight compared to healing in fight, but you can't really heal in fight because when you thrash again, you're locked into using thrash, so you cannot heal after you do that. So you're kind of just locked into just risking it. You don't heal. Yeah, this HP is a lot safer though.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good time for a donation at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. So we have a $151 donation from Imakuni who says, "Thank you everyone
It's,
for putting together another great run. 151 for my fave mythical Mew. Let's go, Stray."
You didn't get a single quick attack. Pidgeys are all 1 in
That
3.
works.
1 in 3 to
Yeah,
quick
1 in
attack.
3 use quick attack there. Yeah, for sure.
And this trainer has Eradicate that all can also quick attack. And I have Lost Runs just getting quick attack on all 4.
Yeah, it's just very troll. Yeah, there's 5 things that can quick attack you on the split, right?
Yep.
And
Rival
yeah,
play.
it's just really annoying whenever they all just decide to use it. Luckily, this HP is very, very nice and safe for rivals, so
Yeah.
nothing too
Can't
crazy.
die to rival unless I Gen 1 miss. Probably multiple times. All.
I'm gonna do a little bit of shopping here as well. Gonna sell some items. I don't think you buy anything extra in this game. In Red, you buy something else, but in this game, you just buy repels here. Pretty much just need repels to get us all the way through Rock Tunnel, and that's pretty much all we need. We're pretty much buying the exact amount we need just to get through there. With movement, 3 is just the exact amount we need to get through Rock Tunnel.
Here comes the best team in the game.
True, is one of them. Yes.
Yeah, this fight is a disaster in Red. This is where a lot of your runs are ending, but huge
this
shift
game-
from Yellow.
Yeah, this fight in this game is very, very free. I mean, I guess sometimes you are risking it being in Red Bar because the Rattata can quick attack you, but not too crazy.
Yeah, and after this fight, we'll Be doing one more optional trainer, just a little bit of safety for Surge in the split after. As well as getting a little money, a little extra money. The marathon route.
And make Surge a lot better.
Yes, decent.
Makes Surge pretty much just free.
Surge is this is the first time the gym leader's Pokemon's changing from red and blue. In red and blue, you have a Voltorb, a Pikachu, and a Raichu. In yellow, you just have a Raichu. It's a much higher level.
Yeah, and the Raichu's moves are also completely different in this game, too.
Yes, it has Mega Kick, which is a really bad one.
Yeah. Also, he menued earlier. Normally, you would menu on the boat, but you would just... you need Bubble Beam for that Sandshrew specifically there.
Right.
Also saw him swap Double Kick to slot 3 there. That'll come into play a little bit later, but just works out that you need to use Double Kick and you can just swap it right there. Perfect time. We'll talk to the captain.
Rub his back.
Yeah, I do a little bit of back rubbing.
And I'll give you cut.
Exactly.
Rub.
Yeah. And like Matt said, we are going to fight a trainer that normally we wouldn't fight, but it adds a lot more safety fighting this guy. Gentleman, as we would call him.
Yeah, we'll point out in the future where the major benefits are for this, but it's really 2 fights Surge and later on Rock Tunnel there's a trainer with an Oddish. And it guarantees the range for you.
Exactly. And this guy's just a 2-turn fight, so I mean it's not even that bad to fight him.
Nope.
For the safety you get for fighting him, it's worth it.
In yellow it's very good. You're gonna get a level 28 here. I believe.
Yes, you hit level 28, and then he's gonna grab this item above him, which is gonna let us hit level 29. The Gentleman Rare Candy.
Only he wasn't blocking it.
And this, the Surge fight's going to be decently improved. Usually, you're outsped by the Raichu, and the 2-hit KO is a very bad range. But now we're going to be outspeeding, and the 2-hit KO is a very good range. I think it might be guaranteed.
Yeah, it might just be guaranteed the 2-shot. Yeah.
I think it is.
Without Growl, obviously. Yeah, so the Raichu in this game, it has Mega Kick, Mega Punch, Growl. I don't know what's the last move.
TB, I think.
Thunderbolt, yeah.
Thunderbolt, yeah. Yeah, so Growl just, I mean, it would take it from a 2-shot to a 3-shot. Thunderbolt obviously does nothing. Mega Kick can do a lot. And that's mainly the move we're scared about on this fight. Is Mega Kick.
Yeah, Mega Kick crit.
Yeah, it does a lot.
Like 50 something, 60?
Yeah, like 50 something to 60 something, yeah. So his HP the Pokeguy's at now is completely safe. Beat Surge here. Barring no silliness.
Yep. Definitely no silliness.
Yeah. You also saw him swap up his repels, which is going to matter for later as well. That's just a little bit of optimization. You're scrolling down in your bag anyways, so it makes sense just to swap your repels up now so you don't have to go down to them later. Using the rare candy that we just got, we were talking about.
All right, cans time.
Yeah, and red, you manipulate the cans.
Yeah, red, you manipulate the cans in this game. They're kind of set in a way to where you don't really need to do that.
Yeah, they changed the mechanics of it. That it's quite strange. There are times that you can get the first can and there's literally just no second can. But majority of the time, you know where the second can is.
Yeah, I think that was a 75% can at that point, and he missed it. Maybe it was 50-50. I don't remember.
It was 75.
Yeah, it was 75% for it to be in that candy check that was not in it. I mean, very trolled here.
Yeah.
Another 75.
Also another 50% can.
75.
75?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take that though. Not. I mean, it could have been better. We'll take that.
Just want to jump in to quickly shout out that we are over $70,000 raised for Stray already out of that $99,000 that we need. So we're pushing super hard, y'all. You're doing great.
Maybe we can get it by the end of this run.
Heck yeah, can we do it? I don't know.
I think we
A chat
could, to be honest.
full of speedrun lovers and speedrunners going fast with donations? I don't know. Let's see it.
So you saw Mega Kick.
Let's do it. Yeah, we saw Mega Kick. It didn't crit, and this HP is very nice now. For it to be safe. That it really didn't matter with the candy, but...
He gives us Thunderbolt, which for some reason Nidoking can learn, but Nidoking can't learn Dig.
Yeah. Nidoking can't learn Dig, but it can learn Thunderbolt. Makes a lot of sense.
Nidoking can learn Dig. Both the general ones would be a lot better. But it
Yeah,
can't.
the routes would be very, very different if Nidoking could learn Dig. Not very different, but... Getting the bike voucher from this guy. Need it.
Need to go fast.
Yeah, and again, like Pokéguy was saying earlier, in red, you could dig out of some buildings and stuff like that. In this game, you cannot dig out of this building, which you can in red. So you have to walk over to Diglett's cave and use dig there to teleport back to Cerulean. Or in red, you can literally just dig out after you get done talking to that guy, and it puts you back at Cerulean.
Still significantly faster than walking back.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Gonna get the bikes. We can go fast. Instead of having to walk everywhere.
And our next objective is Celadon City.
We just got Thunderbolt, and we're going to be teaching it right away. Because it is a very useful move. For some stuff coming up on this split. As well as a lot of things later. And again, Thunderbolt is also a shake move versus a flash move, so it's, you know, also nice to have for that reason. And got rid of double kick, which he already swapped to slot 3 on the boat rival fight. Which is very nice. Exact reason you do that earlier. And this fight coming up is a very silly fight for this run. This run would be a lot better if this fight didn't exist. Or if Thrash is just 4 turns guaranteed.
She has 4 Pokemon, and they all only die to Thrash. So you just have to go for the 4-turn Thrash.
Yeah,
In yellow anyway.
In yellow, you're just locked in. There's just nothing you have that can kill this first Oddish in one shot. It's just... It's unfortunate, but you literally just have no choice other than to just Thrash and hope for the 3-turn or the 4-turn.
They all have very bad status move. Do the Oddish have Stun Spore and the Bellsprout Sleep Powder? So,
yeah.
One
So
hit
you're
KOing is pretty important.
Yeah. 50-50 to get the 4-turn Thrash, and then 50-50 to not hit yourself. So pretty much 75% on this fight.
Job.
Which is completely fine.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
very silly.
Powder does nothing.
Very
Get
good.
through, very nice.
Phew.
Definitely would take that.
That would have been quite scary if you hit yourself again.
Yeah, so he did not get the 4-turn Thrash, so he lost that 50-50, and then he also lost the 50-50 whenever he hit himself in confusion. It's just very unfortunate. Some of your runs just literally die there because you just keep trying to hit through confusion and you just hit yourself over and over again.
Yep,
Very,
that's
very
a big run
annoying.
killer there. Very big.
Or you can just cruise if you get the 4-turn Thrash. Yeah, and again, since we got that rare candy earlier from the gentleman, or behind the gentleman, every single range on this split that normally would be a range when you don't get that rare candy, is no longer a range. Everything is now guaranteed on this split to die. Including this Venonat, which is a range without the candy.
So if this was like not a marathon run, then I would go for Red Bar here off this Cubone. I'm not going to do that because it adds a decent amount of risk, but it saves like 20 something seconds.
Yeah, it saved a lot of time with all the level ups you get from the Red Bar. Yeah, so Red Bar saves so much time where it's worth actually stalling on something to get it, to have it.
Yep. Yeah, we're taking advantage of the fact that this AI in particular is going to go for a super effective move on turn 1. Although it does have Bone Club and Growl, to always use Bone Club turn 1. And the Slowpoke has Confusion and is it Disable or Headbutt?
I don't know. It just uses
It's
confusion.
a second move, but yeah, uses confusion in first and second move.
Yeah, the way the AI works, it's just gonna use a super effective move. This fight.
Fight after this one would be one of the worst fights in the run, but since I got the candy, they both just die in one hit, guaranteed.
Exactly.
So, nothing to worry about.
I think the Oddish is what, like what is the range on that? Like 40-something%?
With crit.
Yeah. Which is very nice to be able to just get through this fight without having to worry about anything.
Yeah, something interesting about all the Pokemon games is your stats are boosted like a little bit more when your level ends with a 0, 3, 5, or 8. So him going from level 29 to 30 actually increases attack a decent amount. Bringing this range from about a coin flip to guaranteed. Which would not be the case. It would not be nearly as big from, say, level 30 to level 31.
Yeah. That Oddish has a lot of troll moves there, so that's why, missing that range can be really annoying. I think it can paralyze you, put you to sleep. Also some other moves it has, I don't remember, but can be very, very annoying. Getting paralyzed there specifically in yellow because you don't have anything to really heal it off besides using your full restore. Which you do not want to do.
You might notice we're in the pitch black here. He's using the walls. It's actually quite easy to get around.
Yeah, it's a lot easier than it looks for sure.
Yeah, other games, they just kind of put a little circle around you and you have to feel out the timing, but this game is a lot easier than it looks.
Yeah. After a little bit of practice, it just comes natural after a while. Nothing too crazy happening here, just bubble beaming away. Neo King has a lot of good coverage moves that just make the game very, very easy.
But not big.
Not big. One that would make sense to have, it does not have.
Would you like some more Pokédex donations?
Yeah,
so I was thinking, this is a good time.
Awesome, I got you. So we have a $30 donation from Azalea who says, Dex donation for Skitty, my favorite Pokemon towards the stray incentive. Let's skedaddle towards that goal. So just to update everyone, we're at $71,000 raised. Make sure to click on the incentive when you're sending in your donations as well, okay, everyone? So when you're sending in your donation, go to the incentive drop-down bar and click Stray. And we'll hit that $99,999 before we know it.
Absolutely.
We also have a $359 anonymous donation that says, looking forward to more cat content in that Stray speedrun. Here's $359 in honor of my favorite misunderstood Pokemon, Absol. Agreed. I love Absol.
Me too. Ooh. My Absol impression for winner.
Normally,
does Gentleman make this fight guaranteed as well for this?
With Bubble Beam,
I think.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, normally this Growlithe would be range to die. With both Bubble Beam and Thrash, right? Or
yes, to both. Now the Bubble Beam's guaranteed. Thrash is a good range, but still, you don't want to mess with that Growlithe. It can burn you.
Not at all.
Yeah, getting burned would be very, very, very bad.
Correct. HP is also nice for Lavender Tower Rival for the Fury Attack stuff. Mannequins.
Yep, just a reminder to do shopping for Vaporeon strats.
Right.
It's a tough elixir get.
Yeah. Grabbing that elixir from the top Pokéguy I just did saves 2 frames, I believe.
Yeah, I hope we're doing it from the
definitely
right.
tricky to do that perfectly.
You'll see people get lost looking for that elixir all the time.
Yeah, it's really easy to get lost if you don't have a good queue for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gonna do some shopping here. Gonna buy pretty much everything we need, or everything we need for the rest of the game. A bunch of repels. This move right here, which is very, very useful. which we'll talk about a little bit later.
Mhm.
Gonna buy some super repels. Again, we need 10. That'll get us to the rest of the game. Super potions. That's gonna be the rest of the healing we need for the rest of the game. As well as some full restores that we'll pick up off the ground and stuff like that. But
in the Pokeball here, we're going to be skipping the hideout section of our rocket hideout in the game corner.
yes.
Pokeball is going to be used to bypass the ghosts, the Marowak ghost that blocks you in tower.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently an intended mechanic.
Yeah, the intended mechanic, in my opinion. So, I'm gonna buy a soda pop here and a fresh water. Gonna trade them immediately to this girl, and she's gonna give us ice beam for this soda pop, and then going to give us, or I had it mixed up. The fresh water gives us ice beam, and the soda pop gives us rock slide. They're gonna talk to the machine again, grab this fresh water to get through the gate a little bit later in the run to Saffron City, and then we're gonna get all these items that make the run very, very easy.
Yep. All the items you threw away as a kid are sold right away. Those are going to make... And endgame's going to get pretty ridiculous here, especially with X accuracies. So we got a ridiculous amount of those, and you might be wondering why. When we have Horn Drill, which is a 30% move, later we'll be using X accuracy in Gen 1. Just completely removes the accuracy check. So you cannot even Gen 1 miss.
Yeah.
You just hit every single time.
Yeah. It's very, very broken.
It also does that in Gen 2, but it's not as usable.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I
It's
don't know if people know that. The X accuracies work the exact same in Gen 2, just not as useful in speedrun setting.
Yeah, OCO moves in later gens are 30%, and then the requirement is you need to be a higher level. And every level that you are higher, it increases it by 1%, the accuracy. But in this game, the requirement is speed, and it's always at that 30% mark. It doesn't increase based off of how much faster you are or something like that.
Go ahead and teaching these moves that we got Rock Slide for some stuff in the tower, Horn Drill, because we're going to be using it the rest of the run. And swapping up our X accuracy, which is just worth it because we're going to be using that a lot as well. So we want that to be as high as possible as it can be.
Now we will very quickly see why Horn Drill is so good.
Exactly. And I think versus red versus yellow, rivals teams are completely different in both games. I don't think anything changes on this fight, or does it? Yeah.
No, because we're Horn Drill and everything. But we're going to see different
versus
Pokemon
Vaporeon versus Flareon strats is what I was alluding to, but I don't think anything changes on this fight specifically. Maybe I'm wrong. I think I am wrong.
I win.
Very, very good. Fear has 1 in 4 to use Fury Attack, which is the worst move it can use. It's also the only bad move it has to use on you there.
And this is Horn
it
Drill.
did change. Yeah, it did change here. Normally, he does not have this Vulpix on his team. Whenever you would have won the Rival 1 fight, since we lost it, he does going to have that Vulpix, and he's going to have a Vaporeon later.
That Vulpix is a lot of fun. It's one of the last Pokemon you face in Champ, and it can quick attack crit you at the very end of the game.
Yeah, true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a heartbreaker there. So I personally never took Vaporeon, but it's already so hard to get to champion in a PB attempt.
Correct. Yeah, but that fight literally just becomes X-Ack and then Horn Drill the whole fight. Just don't even have to worry about anything.
All right, so we did buy Rock Slide, and that is literally only for... I'm only going to use Rock Slide 4 times. It's literally just for these 4 Ghastlies coming up. Since there's just no other move I can one-shot them. If Nidoking could learn Dig...
Yeah, this is where Dig would be great.
Yeah, Dig would be so good.
We would not get Rock Slide, and we would just...
You'd use it for everything else, too.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Rock Slide's also 90% accurate, so you could miss here. Very troll, but that just doesn't happen.
Yeah, Ghastlies have also awful movesets. There's not really... The only good thing you can get is Lick, non-paralyze.
Or Nightshade if you have enough HP, but...
Nightshade if you have enough, yeah.
Do not
a true gentleman runner until you lost runs to this fight. These Ghastlies.
Fortunately, before the next...
So rough, too, because you're so close to the heal pad.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah. Fortunately, it is before the next 2 Ghastlies.
Yeah, this is also a good time for donations if you have any more.
I have always got donations for you, don't worry. So we have an $870 donation from Nick Chinchill, who says, donating for the 870th Pokemon in the Dex, Phalanx. Who doesn't love a little legion of Kirbys dressed as Roman soldiers? And for that stray run and the bonus neon white run, Sonic speed to the runners, and let's go chat for those incentives. And we're making really great progress. We're at $73,000 out of that $99,000 we need. So y'all are doing great. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I believe it. Believe in you, chat.
Do you have time for one more?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
For sure.
It's a good time.
We have $52 from Meowth. Meowth. I just learned Payday, so I'm going to use it to donate my Pokédex number towards seeing that stray bonus game. There's just something about the main character that I find really relatable, you know? Anyways, have a great GDQ, Pokemon fans. That's right.
Speaking of Meowth, we are going to be seeing Meowth very
Next
quickly
fight.
here.
Heck yeah.
The next Pokemon. Yeah.
That was a good time.
Very good timing.
There's a Pokédoll.
Need to swap our repels up as well there, so it just works out perfectly that we need to use the Pokédoll, but also we need to swap up our repels so we can just do it right there. Just perfect timing. More Jesse and James.
Comes that Meowth.
Meowth, that's right.
Doesn't really matter what it uses, but Payday is the worst because it's an extra text box.
True. Ironically. I think Leer fails the best. I think it can
Growl
happen.
fail.
Yeah, it's
Growl fail.
Ooh.
This fight's very easy again, just X-Ack and then Horn Drill away. And since we took the heal pad, all of our PP got replenished from using them earlier, so got all our Horn Drills back.
Yeah, you can really see why Nidoking is so good with Horn Drill. It's just kind of broken.
Yeah. With Horn Drill, with all the other coverage moves it gets, it just ends up being really, really good.
Yeah. Decent base stats. You get Nidoking like 20 minutes in. A lot of things work out.
Exactly. Yeah. And in red blue actually, yeah, there's Jesse and James fight doesn't exist there, and then there's 3 separate trainers up the top of here, but those don't exist in this game. Gonna get our handy dandy Pokédoll or Pokeflute.
And gonna fly to Celadon and take the center. Even though we just heal padded. I do need those 3 Horn Drill PP, so that's part of the reason. The other reason is that it sets a dig point, so every time I dig, I'll end up here, and this is just the best place to do that.
Yeah. Celadon is just a nice neutral city in between, you know, everywhere you need to be in the game. And it just works out that you can just use the center and then dig back to here. Because we're going to go right to Saffron, and then we're going to come back to here, then we're going to go left to go down to Koga City, and then we're going to dig back here again, or fly back, and then we're going to fight Erica. It just works out perfectly.
Yep.
Freshwater we bought earlier for the guard.
Exactly. Yep. Also think that matters for your bag space as well, getting rid of it there. Maybe, I don't know.
So, because I'm on Vaporeon strats, I need to save an X accuracy, so to do that, I'm going to Thrash this Machoke. You would normally X-Ack Horn Drill it. But that's just the easiest place to save one.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you do have to do a little bit extra shop, or not extra shopping, you just have to save that X-Ack, like Pokeguy said, and kind of maneuver your moves around a little bit on some fights later.
So this is an optional trainer, but he guards some very useful items, so it's very worth fighting him.
Correct.
Yeah, and red was switched up, so we go to we go to this room to get the items after we defeat Giovanni.
Yeah.
And this rocket is no longer there, so they all disappear.
Good badge boost.
All right,
maybe?
so save time over X-acting.
Wow,
Nice.
cool.
There's probably a range for the badge boost there. Other crit? I don't know.
No, it wasn't.
Was it not? Okay.
So he guards a rare candy, EM26, which is Earthquake, and this Carbos, which lets me outspeed rivals Kadabra by exactly 1, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, just all 3 of those items are very useful to have. Earthquake, because it's going to be one of our most used moves. The rare candy, obviously, level later. And yeah, Carbos for the exact reason Pokeguy said.
Yeah, with those 2 rare candies and the Carbos, we exactly outspeed rivals Kadabra.
Yeah.
And also exactly speed tie his Ninetales. And this is Vaporeon Shreds. That can be fun. Got like Roar, the best move.
Yeah.
Or you just win the speed tie. And Horn Drill does still work. So in Gen 1, Horn Drill is based off your speed, not your level, like it is in Gen 2, which is why it's not as useful in Gen 2. So as long as you're faster or speed tied, Horn Drill will work. It hits. But if you're slower, it won't work no matter what.
Yeah, it'll never hit if you're slower than your opponent.
Also why X speeds are very useful in this run. To outspeed everything.
It does actually work during a speed tie, so you can Horn Drill in the second turn. It is possible.
Yep.
As well as a quick attack. Any priority move is still going to go first, and that's not going to...
Right.
If you're outspeeding, you're still going to hit the Horn Drill.
You had to fight that guy because he was guarding the card key. That allows us to get through Sylph here. And then we're going to fight Rival. Who?
Right, who?
Who are we fighting?
Right.
Can I tempt you with some more Pokédex donations?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we have a $23 donation from Vicarious Vice, who says, $23 for the national dex number of my favorite Pokemon, Ekans. Ekans is an adorable danger noodle that spits poison. Yay! I love your enthusiasm. Also, update, we have crossed that $75,000 mark.
Ooh.
So, amazing work, everyone. That is just incredible.
Did you know Ekans backwards is Snake?
Holy cow. I did win the speed tie on the Ninetales. That's cool.
Wait, say that again?
I won the speed tie on the Ninetales.
Oh, nice.
Congrats.
Take that.
I technically could have Earthquaked it, but since I saved a drill, I have an extra drill, so I just drilled it. I forgot that you usually Earthquake it.
Yep. There's Flareon. Normally he would have a Flareon if he would have won Rival, obviously. Oh yeah, and another thing coming up, like right now, that's the difference between red and in this game, is you're going to talk to this guy on the left here, and he's going to give you a Lapras. And that's going to allow us to have a Pokemon that can use Strength and Surf. Which in red, you would already have Squirtle, which can do that. So you wouldn't have to get this. But you need a Pokemon to learn Surf and Strength.
Yeah, and this ends up being slightly faster than getting the Squirtle in Vermilion City.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's because the Squirtle already has
3 moves, right?
Yeah, 3 moves. So you'd have to like teach over and confirm that you want to get rid of a move where Lapras only has 2 moves, and that just allows you just to give it Surf and Strength without getting all that extra text. Pretty genius.
Lapras is pretty cool.
I agree.
Right.
Except on Lorelei and Fire Leaf Green.
True.
Another Meowth coming up. One just dies. And then coming up next is the first Giovanni fight. This fight has actually been through quite a bit of routing because the problem is its lead is a Nidorino that has Fury Attack, and Fury Attack is extremely slow in this game. So it's actually faster to kill it and then risk a range on the Persian in order to avoid Fury Attack. And it was simulated and everything to be faster.
But also the Persian can use a move to make it guaranteed, right? I forget what it can use, but it can
use
give you a
Screech,
badge boost
yes.
too.
Or it can use Growl, which makes you two-shot it, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Ideally, it just either uses Screech or I just get the range. No Growl.
Correct.
Height is not great, especially if it flinches. Flinches only 10% in Gen 1, though. Alright, you got the range.
Yep. Compared to 30% later gens. Yep, very nice range. Like that.
Absolutely.
And now you're going to set up the Exact and do the typical horn drill stuff. Ooh. It fails very fast as well.
That was a really good Sylph.
I agree.
Very nice. And ultimately, this section of the game is so that we unlock Sabrina's gym. That's why it's mandatory.
Yeah, exactly.
Although we're getting an earthquake from it, so we're not complaining.
That's right. Coming up, we have my favorite Pokemon. To the left here.
Yep.
Snorlax. Yeah, and since we have to use, we have to go in our bag and use the Poke Flute anyways, so we can just do some menuing stuff there, like Repel, like for this next grass that's coming up after this Snorlax, as well as Elixir to restore our PP, which we need for this section of the game.
Yeah, these Gen 1 games are brilliantly routed. I was really impressed when I first came in. It's a lot of hitting two birds with one stone on each of the menus. Pretty satisfying to execute as well.
Absolutely. Gonna do a little bit of tricky movement here, kind of. Gonna grab this hidden rare candy.
Now I can just have my hands off the controller for a bit.
Right. Yeah, the way this works, I guess this part's kind of like a hill, and you don't really have to hold anything here while you're going down this. Later gen games is actually faster to hold down because you go faster while going down, but this game it doesn't really matter.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Hard leaf green, yep.
Oh.
Yep. And also there's a little difference between red and yellow here. In red, you would actually cut these trees coming up that we're gonna pass here in just a second.
This one?
You would cut this tree right here. And yeah, you would cut it in. What's the reason for that again?
It's just faster in red, but in yellow, there's more lag, so it ends up not being faster. Like in the menus, the cut menu.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just barely faster in red and barely slower in yellow.
Safari Zone.
Right. Nice.
One of our last major detours on the run, other than Pokemon Mansion in a bit.
It's a detour, but it's a mandatory detour. Also, we're going to grab a full restore here. Need that for later. Yeah. Yeah, definitely a nice time for donations if you have
Absolutely. I have a really fun one here that also includes some math. And everyone knows I suck at math, but we're going to do our best. So this is $209 from Fox's Fix in French Toast. And they say, favorite Pokemon, Ninetales, 38, pure magnificence. Snorlax, 143, awesome hugs. Squirtle Squad, 7 times 4, coolest of cool, equals $209. I'll take your word for it.
Me too.
We also have $153 from Amir, who says, been watching GDQ for a few years now, and I am always amazed to see how the runs for games change over the years. Pokemon is the series that I always donate for, so donating $153 for my favorite Pokemon, Bayleaf.
Thank you very much.
All right, so
Glad you're enjoying.
coming up, we have Sabrina, which apparently, if you ask a lot of people who played Yellow as like a kid, they'd say is one of the hardest fights. But in the speedrun, it is actually the only fight in the entire run where it is not possible to die.
Yes. Assuming you use the right items and the right moves, you literally cannot die on this fight.
Yeah, the red equivalent is Blaine. But yeah, because the next accuracy is involved, you literally cannot miss.
Yeah, so she leads with this level 50 Abra. Fortunately, it just spams Flash. And since X-Act makes... You can also use X-Defense. Since X-Act makes everything hit no matter what, it just doesn't matter. And we're through.
Exactly. Yeah, just another reason, just showing how broken X-Acts are.
I'm sure we're just outspeeding this Alakazam.
That's right. Arbos and Sylph actually makes this outspeed too.
It's level 50 Alakazam. Crazy.
It never stand a chance. Sabrina's down. Like Poke said, the only real gym leader that honestly doesn't really give you isn't really a threat. Honestly, like every gym leader in this run is kind of a threat besides Sabrina.
Oh, I just took the teleporter before digging because in Gen 1, it like if you're standing on a teleporter when you dig, it takes the teleport animation instead of the dig animation. And the teleport animation is quite a bit faster than the dig animation, so it's worth taking the teleporter before digging.
Yep. Yeah, Koga's gym is pretty straightforward. Koga himself can be kind of troll, but the first 2 fights before Koga is just pretty straightforward. Earthquake, Thrash. Get him out of here.
Yep. The last time we were using Thrash, we actually save it since we haven't used it in a while since
Oh yeah.
Since the Gambler after Lavender. But you keep it just for this fight because it saves 3 Earthquake PP, and you need those 3 Earthquakes, and it's also just faster. And these strategies only die when you're level 40, so it just works out very nicely.
Not having to choose your move every turn, the shake animation, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what this next fight does. Go ahead, sorry.
This next fight is a run killer in red, but not as much in yellow, because in red you pretty much need red bar for this section when going for world record, but yellow, not as much. It's just 1 in 4 to confusion, which if you're at low HP kills you. But we're safe from here unless it can.
HP is safe. Ideally you just get poison gas or something from the Hypno, or you just crit it and one-shot it.
Yeah.
That's what you like to see is critting definitely one of the better crits you can get is just critting this.
1 in 6.
Close.
Quite.
You'll see him switching from Earthquake to Thunderbolt, and that's again because the animation is just faster.
Mm-hmm.
Critting there, silly.
Nice saving.
Yeah, this is
Fight's not that bad, but if you just get crit on the wrong turn, you lose.
Yeah, exactly. And the Venonats aren't that slow, so I don't really know exactly what Venonats crit rates
I feel like it's 8%. That's what I remember. great, but it's fine.
Yep. Okay.
Really annoying.
Yeah, double sleep powder there is really.
So that-
this is why this fight can be kind of trolly, because you can kind of just get looped with sleep powder here.
Here's an example of AI cheating in Gen 1. In the future games, it makes a decision before you do. So, like, for example, if you're low and it knows it can KO, you could heal and it'll go for that KOing move. But in this generation, if you, the AI cheats, it knows what you're going to do on the move, even if it's second. So.
Yeah, and that first Venonat actually is the only one that has sleep powder. The second one does not. So ideally, you don't get sleep powder on the first Venonat, and then you can just finish your setup on the second one. You don't really have to worry about getting looped sleep powder there. But we're through, which is very nice. The B pass Koga, we'll take that.
A little red bar action.
A little bit of red bar, yep. Fortunately, going to be losing this right away, but that's okay. This was red. We would like being red bar now, but in this game, just cannot have it at this point. Need the HP. They're gonna do some menuing here. One of the bigger menus in the game.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's at the last big menu of the game.
Yeah, for sure.
After Giovanni's, kind of big, but this one's larger, yeah.
Finally teaching Ice Beam. All this stuff matters too because you're getting rid of slots that your bag has, because if you didn't know in this game, is if you have I don't know the exact amount of items that it takes to fill up your bag all the way, but it's very specific the way it's routed out that we use certain items at certain times to open up bag slots so we can get more items that we're going to be picking up.
And every single time we fight a gym leader, we want to have a full bag because we don't want to get the item that they're trying to give us.
Exactly.
It saves about 4 seconds per gym leader, so definitely worth routing around that.
I'm going to talk to our mommy. She's going to give us a free heal. Yeah, so on that menu, so for example, on that menu we just used Ice Beam, and then which got rid of that slot, and then we used the rare candy, which got rid of that slot. And now we're going to go to the mansion and pick up a Carbos and the secret key, which will just take the spots of those 2 items that we just used.
Yes.
So it just works out perfectly that we use them and then grab 2 more things.
Yeah, so you may have noticed that in Koga, but it's very important to have a full bag at this point in the game because it makes you not get the TM from the gym leader. And they talk for quite a bit about their TM, so it saves a lot of time to just have a full inventory for all the gyms at the end.
Compared to just like one text box and then being like, oh, your bag's full. Come back to me when your bag's not full anymore.
Everything's worked out to make sure you always have a full bag here.
Yep.
And you're still able to get the items you need by using them at the optimal time.
Yep. And this Carbos we're going to be grabbing here in a second is very important for something later. I believe it's literally just for the champion fight.
Yep.
But yeah.
That's really funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Whoa.
and this is very silly. He got the encounter on the tile where he could fall, so you're gonna see he's gonna fall after he gets out of this encounter. This Gen 1, it's very silly. Oh yeah, also worth noting in red versus yellow, you actually cannot get encounters in red in this mansion, but in red or in yellow, I believe the Raticates, I forget what it is, but you can't get encounters here because of the way the Raticates levels work out in this game. Not sure the percentage per tile to get an encounter, but every tile he's walking here, there is a chance to get an encounter, fortunately. I believe it's more likely to get encounters on the bottom than it was to get an encounter on the top level.
Yeah.
Yes. There's 46 Raticates down here too.
Yeah, so there's level 43s and 46s. So you're level 43, obviously, and then the 46s are higher level than you.
Dude. That's silly.
Yeah, 3 encounters in here is very, very silly.
Already decently over average.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the second last place you can get encounters later on Victory Road.
Yes.
A little less likely, but...
Can I tempt you with some more Pokédex donations in the meantime?
Yeah, for
Yeah, I
sure.
think it's going.
Awesome. So we have $37 from Trainer Blue, who says, here's another Pokédex donation for one of my favorite Generation 1 Pokémon, Vulpix. My cat and I are looking forward to absolutely making that stray run happen. Let's go!
Do it.
And we're doing it, y'all. $77,000 already. So let's keep pushing. We can hit that 99,000. I don't know, how fast can we hit that 80,000? Can we do it in the next few minutes? I'll be watching.
I believe we can.
Keep it up, guys.
Follow up to that, we also have a $53 donation from Lexi Logical, who says, donating $53 for Persian because we need more cats in GDQ. Let's go, Stray. Agreed.
I also agree. Cat gang.
Last
Lane questions. These are much shorter in yellow.
Yes.
In red, they re-explain the concept every single time, so you get intro text, like 5 or 6 text boxes.
Very important to answer them all correctly as well, because these optional trainers will battle you. That was a very awkward Rafael wear off.
That scared me for some reason.
Yeah.
Blaine used
Blaine's a
to.
little scary.
Blaine is not a 100% free fight, but we are full HP, so that'll make it a lot better.
Full HP, it's a 99% win rate. We used to set up on this Ninetales because the Rapidash has Growl, but it was simulated, and Rapidash is just better, even with it having Growl, because the
Confuse Ray?
yeah, Ninetales has Confuse Ray.
Probably.
Fire Spin isn't great either, but I win.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fire Spin works like Bind and Wrap. It just traps you in here. Fortunately. Yeah. Not too bad.
Nope.
Definitely will take that.
Definitely better than Confuse Ray.
Correct.
Could also growl you and just
Yeah, if it growls you,
attack.
then the Arcanine becomes a range. Or it doesn't. Oh, it just never dies without a crit.
Crit, yeah.
Definitely nice. Then I have to worry, which would also give the Arcanine a chance to attack you, which would just make the fight a little worse as well. If your HP's lower, that is. But with the HP he was at, he would have lived everything from the Arcanine there. Digging out once again to Celadon. Now we're gonna go to Erica. This just works out perfectly that, the Celadon is literally perfect. Big point to have. And also delaying Erica to this point makes it 100% free, right? I think that's...
Yeah, so
Or
the
if you tried to do
reason,
her a little earlier, wouldn't
the
work out
reason you
as well.
fight Erica last is because Blaine gives the special badge boost. So now everything in here will just die to Ice Beam. If you do it before Blaine, then things are like ranges with Ice Beam and stuff, so it's not great.
Yeah. This gym is just Ice Beaming away, so if you do have any more donations,
good.
this is definitely a good time.
I have so many donations for you. I got you. So speaking of Arcanine, we do have a donation from Lady Windshadow with $59, who says, $59 Pokédex donation for the goodest and floofiest of boys, Arcanine. Let's see some more furballs in action with Stray. Thanks so much for your donation, Lady Windshadow. We also have $282 from Chris M, who says, $282 for my favorite Pokemon, Gardevoir. I look forward to GDQ events all year. Shout out to all the awesome runners and staff who make them possible. I gotta say, Gardevoir is my second favorite Pokemon, so I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, Gardevoir is really sick. I love Gardevoir.
We also have a $461 donation from Klinga, who says, 461 for my favorite Pokemon, Weavile. Good luck, Pokeguy.
Thank you. All right, so that's the 7th badge. Only one more to go.
Right.
Once you start fighting these gyms, it just flies by.
Yeah, 100%. One of my favorite things about these runs is just how fast-paced they get towards the end. And yeah, like Pokeguy said, that was the 7th badge. I wish I could say the 8th gym was going to be the easiest one, but the 8th gym might just end up being the hardest fight to win. Yeah, it's just, yeah. This fight is way, way worse than this game versus Red. Might just be the worst fight in the run.
No, it's not that bad.
Worst.
It's 50-50 to just be 100% fine immediately off the bat. And then it just has to not crit. Like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, so there's a lead Doug trio for Giovanni, and it is very fast.
Yep.
Yeah, Earthquake, Dig, and Fissure. Fissure does nothing. And then it has Guard Spec, right?
Yeah, he also Guard Spec, yeah. Yeah, and you just need to X speed to outspeed the Doug trio. And then you also need to set up an X accuracy to horn drill everything. Yeah, it can just get really tricky really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I take
HP
no
is
damage.
safe.
It's perfect if I take no damage, which I did. Cool.
This is a major reset, or run ender for red and blue. You're almost always going in red bar going in. You're 1 and 6 too.
Yeah.
Just get unlucky on your X accuracy turn.
Yeah, that black belt is horrible in red.
But then Giovanni's free afterwards. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's a bit of a trade-off. I mean, I think the Giovanni fight in yellow is significantly worse than the black belt fight.
I agree. Yeah, this Giovanni takes out so many runs. It's so silly. Yeah, so it's definitely a fight you'd want to save for, if you're a beginner or in a setting like this.
Yeah, walking out of the gym.
Yeah, the spinning tiles in Gen 1 are so slow that it's better to just do this and walk out of the gym to reset this guy than taking the spinning tiles. That's how slow they are. It's kind of funny. Save.
Yes.
So if I see Fissure or Guard Spec, I just win. If I see Dig or Earthquake, it's a bit more complicated. Especially Earthquake.
Yeah, if you're gonna see either move, Dig or Earthquake, you would definitely prefer Dig, I would say.
Yes. Dig is a lot better than Earthquake. Because if you get Earthquake, you still have to set up on the Persian, and it can just kill you.
Exactly.
Hopefully we just see Fissure.
Dig and Earthquake have the same base
Nice little
powers.
Fissure. I would love some Fissure here.
Guard Spec. I win.
Sweet.
Nice, yeah. Very nice.
See? It's
Easy
easy.
peasy. Yeah, it's funny because it can just be that easy, but it can definitely go a lot worse.
Now you gotta say before.
That's
Yeah,
annoying.
absolutely.
That's really
Fury
annoying.
fight, yeah, a little annoying, but
Also, I think you get soft blocked on this one because the Doug show can't take out your bird, right?
Correct.
Probably.
That is correct.
oh yeah,
so-
that is true.
you
my
kind of
goodness.
need to save to finish the run in some situations. Well, if you die.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, definitely very, very nice to be past this fight, though. Definitely one you always worry about when you're doing runs.
And Neo King.
King, see you later.
Alright, that's 8 badges.
Right. Now we're on our way to the E4.
Yeah, this is the beginning of what a lot of us call the crit gauntlet.
Yes.
Yeah, this was the first fight where you're just hoping not to get crit by some very quick, fully evolved Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. There's this, you have to set up items on Pokemon that literally can just one-shot you if they decide to crit. So it's just nothing else you can really do other than just to hope they don't. And it just starts with that Doug trio right away.
Range
Use the
mode
Carbos
there.
that we used earlier, and that's literally for the champion fight.
Yeah.
the Alakazam.
And you use it there because it's the quickest way to get back up the bike. That's the only reason.
Yeah, the way Gen 1 works, when you use your last item in your bag or your last item of that specific item, it puts you back to the top of the bag. So it's just really cool that you can use your Carbos, and then it puts you right on bike right after. Really cool. A lot of little cool optimizations like that, and all over the place in Pokemon speedrunning, not just in one. Continuing. Swift is the best thing I think this can use.
Pure attack miss.
I mean, Slash.
Pure attack miss, yeah.
Slash would have given me red bar.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, I think Pokeguy talked about this way earlier, but with the high crit rate moves, Sandslash is 255 out of 256 to crit with its high crit rate move, which Slash is that.
Yep. So it pretty much just takes its normal crit rate and then multiplies it by 8, and if it's over 100%, it somehow rounds down to 255 out of 256 because Generation 1. So there's both a 1 in 256 chance that the move won't crit, and also a 1 in 256 chance that the move will just miss.
Exactly. And this is a fight where as long as you're above that health where Slash, as long as you're above that health, Slash crit health, you can never die in this fight since you're X accuracy. I don't think you always X accuracy.
Yeah,
in this fight.
I only did that because of Vaporeon.
Yeah, exactly. If you were doing Flareon strats,
and you could Gen 1 miss.
You would have used the X special, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, because mainly there's not a real, I don't remember why, but you need a horn drill something.
For Vaporeon,
PP's died towards the end.
For Vaporeon strats, you just need the horn drill for Vaporeon because you don't have anything else that can kill it.
Oh yeah, Thunderbolt doesn't kill, and
yeah, especially bulky. And we're a bit underleveled.
And there is a room in Victory Road, just like the basement of the mansion earlier, where the Onyxes are higher level than us. So there's a chance we get Onyxes in Victory Road on the very second to last room, I think. But let's just hope that doesn't happen. Hopefully we just it evens out with the Eradicates we got earlier. Don't know if you need the max ether, but I would grab it if you need it.
Actually, I'm going to grab it because I just realized that on Vaporeon strats, the Magneton range is 55%. So I'm going to use that for champ.
That.
Good realization there.
Yes.
Not a good range.
Yeah, there's a bunch of movement here, so this is a one of the last good spots for donations before we get into the E4.
Absolutely. And speaking of last good time to get in donations, that Stray Run is expected to start in just over an hour. So if you want to hit that bonus game, make sure you're getting in those donations, and especially those Pokédex donations as we get close to the end of the run. So, for example, we have $34 from Carl, who says, here's a Pokemon donation, $34 for my man, Nidoking. Growing up, I would teach it Surf, Thunderbolt, Earthquake, and Flamethrower. I'm glad to see it thrash its way in the speedrun. Shout out to my wife, who I love very much. Let's put it towards Stray. More games and more cats, please. And we're almost at $80,000, so let's keep pushing, everyone. You're doing great. We're in that final stretch, so let's see how fast we can push. Final chance to get those Pokédex donations in.
Yeah, Pokeguy giving us some swag boulders if anybody in chat knows about those.
It's a neat visual bug where the mechanic or the dust that comes out of the boulder is actually coming out of your character. So if you turn away, you'll see the dust go in the complete wrong direction.
Oh, this is it. Yeah, and this is the room that you can get Onyxes in. Every single tile in here, just like the bottom of the mansion, there's a chance to get an Onyx. Right on cue.
Snakes.
A lot of encounters this run.
Indeed.
Yeah, Route 1 and Mansion and now here.
Moon.
Oh yeah, and on the way to Surge as well.
Yep.
Pretty smooth otherwise, though. Like,
so far.
No, not being taken out. I know is nice. But we have a very scary set of fights incoming.
That's right. Yeah, so if you remember what Matt was saying earlier about the...
Dude, this is crazy.
Yeah, this is very, very silly.
Jeez.
Definitely getting above average.
So the average
encounters.
On average, you get 1 rat or onyx in a run. But I've gotten
and I think
5.
he's gotten 3 rats and 2 onyxes at this point.
Doesn't add up.
So, like I was saying, Matt was talking about earlier, the crit gauntlet's coming up.
Dude, this is
first starting.
absolutely.
Yeah, this is crazy, man. Starting off with Lorelei, we are going to have to set up on the Dugong, and the Dugong is 2 and 3 to attack us, and if it crits us with either of the moves, it just kills us. So it's really, really silly.
In red, the first
off the floor,
fights.
and then you drop down to this
so good.
floor, and then now you can no longer get encounters on this floor. Just so silly.
You visit that floor one more time.
Oh yeah, you're right. I love the swag boulders.
Yes, dude. Brilliant. That's town right there.
True. Oh, doing it on the staircase.
Whew.
Yeah.
No fear.
And get onyxes right here.
It's good stuff.
But I didn't.
Yeah.
Finally made it.
Very nice. And now on to the E4.
Okay, so he'll be depositing everything. Each Pokemon takes about 8 seconds in the Hall of Fame if it's in your party. So it is worth depositing all 3. In red and yellow, you'd keep the Pidgey and you do a strategy where you sack the Pidgey turn 1, and then Lorelei is guaranteed to use rest turn 2. This is not the case in yellow, so we kind of just tank turn 1, hope it's a rest turn 1. That'd be pretty cool. As you'd imagine, rest at full health does nothing. Just get through.
Find some forward stores, just a little bit extra safety to get through the end. Yeah, like Matt was saying, on turn 2 in red, it's guaranteed for this Dugong to use rest. In this game, it's very favored to use rest turn 2, I think, but not 100%. So
it's an 80%.
Yeah, so...
And you're just a crit away from dying here, so you just have to save.
Yeah, so this Dugong is approximately 1 and 3 to use Aurora Beam, 1 and 3 to use Bubble Beam, 1 and 3 to use...
Rest.
What's the other move? Aurora Beam?
Rest.
I can't remember what I said. And then it's also like 1% to use Takedown. So, did not get that. Bubble Beam is the worst move. But we're good. No speed fall. If it speed falls, you just X speed, and it's 80% to rest, or you're dead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sometimes you have to X speed if you get the speed fall, and then you have to do a little bit of different things on Agatha. But you didn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, we really have
that's
no
one of
way.
the fights that the crit gauntlet down. Sorry, Matt.
We have no way of handling this fight without Horn Drill, so it is very big that we have it.
Yeah, true.
Thunderbolt's nowhere near KOing any of these things, so...
And since we're using all of our Horn Drills now, we need to replenish our PP again for the next fight, so we're just going to Elixir right away after this fight, and that's going to give us our PP back to have Horn Drills for Bruno. Technically speaking, I guess Bruno is the quote-unquote safest E4 fight.
Yep.
Compared to all the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Definitely.
yeah. Bruno, you can kind of relax a little bit until getting back on your toes for the final 3 fights, which are arguably 3 of the worst fights.
Gonna
whole run.
do this.
Swapped his bike for the forward stores there. You don't normally do that, but it's worth doing it because you're going to have to forward store here later anyways, and that saves you having to scroll all the way back down to your bag, which is very slow.
Mm-hmm. We're not using the bike anymore, so...
Yeah, exactly. We don't need that at the top. Ice Beam this Onyx away. I'm going to set up on the Hitmonchan. I believe it has Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, which does nothing, and Double Team, I think is his last move.
Well, as long as it doesn't burn. good.
10% to burn there, I believe.
Even if it did burn, I'm fine. I just full restore after the fight because you don't take damage between pokes in Gen 1. And I'm not using Earthquake or anything, so would have been fine.
All right, cool. This next fight.
Yeah, Agatha.
This is
a fight.
It's. I mean, in red it's awful, but this game they somehow managed to one-up it.
Yeah, so pretty much what this Agatha is going to be. We are going to X speed on the Gengar, and then the Gengar has 4 moves: Mega Drain, which is the best move, Hypnosis, Substitute, and Confuse Ray, I believe, is the early moves.
Yep.
And yeah, literally the only good move it can use here is Mega Drain. All the other moves are pretty bad.
It can swap to the Golbat. That's the best.
Yes, that's also a thing that can happen, which would be very good right now. Ideally, we see Mega Drain and get on with our day, but we will see what happens. Yeah, Substitute's kind of cringe. We have to.
Oops. Uh-oh.
I think I got the Max Ether.
Right. So you got to Earthquake it to break the Substitute damage. There's Mega Drain.
Come on,
Please hit
man.
through.
That's so silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, I have no choice but to heal there. I mean, you're just one hit self away from dying. Yeah, and you've already just seen right away why this fight is so bad.
That
Back
one
to
doesn't
Substitute.
save Confusion either, unfortunately, like it does in the later gens. So
Awesome.
Wow.
bad.
Well, I got it wrong.
Wow.
Lick was its 4th move, and that's another reason why Lick is horrible.
How about this?
We are paralyzed, confused, and Substitute
boy.
is up right now. This fight is horrible. Hopefully we could snap out of Confusion at some point. That would be completely legal, but you wouldn't think it would
Okay, that's actually good. He's going to snap out, and he can't get confused on this turn.
Yay.
Oh my gosh, man. That fight is just so bad.
That was a good display of how that
Do
can
you
go
need to
wrong.
reset up here?
No, I'm good, I'm
good. Okay. Yeah, so that fight is horrible.
Y'all, I just
not
want
over.
to...
Technically.
I'm going to shout out real quick. We have passed 80K for Stray. It's huge. We're making stellar
we're almost
progress.
there.
So I'm just going to send out a really quick challenge. 85K, how fast can we do this, y'all? 85K, can we do it?
We can get there by the end of the run.
Heck yeah, let's get it.
We got like 5 minutes left. 5-10 minutes. We can get there.
Surprise me. Send in your donations, everyone. You are doing amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that is a very, very good example of why Agatha is just very, very horrible. And again, all that could have just been avoided if she would have just used Mega Drain on the first turn instead of going for Substitute. Overthrew. I wish I could say it was safe, but now we're moving on to probably the worst fight in the run. If not the worst, the second worst. So
Pretty bad.
Lance is notoriously bad on not only yellow, but red. It's also bad for the exact same reason that you have to set up on the Gyarados, and then he's going to use Hydro Pump every single time because it's a super effective move. And also just does a lot of damage. And you just have to hope not get crit.
Yeah, in red, the Dragonairs only use agility, so they're not a threat. In yellow, you have to deal with the Gyarados and the Dragonair as well. So
exactly, yeah. Not only do we have to set up on the Gyarados, we have to set up one extra X special up on either the first or second Dragonair. The best thing that can happen on this fight is to get Hydro Pump miss right away from this Gyarados.
yes,
Otherwise, you're just praying for no crit, which is why Pokeguy had to save for this fight.
Got the miss. Easy.
Wow. Yeah. Hydro Pump miss.
Can we get the double miss for the
So
Helix?
Slam miss would be amazing.
Wow.
That never happens.
That
I
never
know.
happens.
Maybe a marathon.
Close.
That's fine. Getting no damage on the Gyarados, not gonna have to risk the crit is beautiful. This makes the fight 100% free.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, technically speaking.
Indeed. I mean, at this HP, even if you miss, unless it's on the Aerodactyl.
And yeah, that's Lance. Just very, very free whenever Hydro Pump misses
As long as
there.
I don't Gen 1 miss,
True.
we're good.
You already got those out of the way earlier, don't worry.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll get one final one on Champ from Earthquake.
that'd
You
be
need, to
pretty
restore
cool.
you need to restore your PP here?
I already
don't
did.
know.
I'm good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just health and save.
And yeah, so again, this fight's Champ's completely different than Red. You have to set up on the Sand Slash, and it's always going to use Earthquake no matter what, because that's super effective move it has against you. Yeah, you have to heal to full, so you live that Earthquake every single time. It just does a ton of damage. And again, the same exact reason why Lance is bad, Giovanni's bad, Lorelai's bad. If you're literally just 12%, 12 point something percent to die and get crit here by the Sand Slash, so
Yeah, I think
straight
this
up
one's
1 and 8 to
flat.
just 1 and 8 to lose your run at the very, very end.
All right, so this fight is actually pretty cool. So I'm gonna X special, and what that does is it gives me the special, obviously, to one-shot the Sand Slash. It also gives me a defense badge boost, which helps me live Earthquake,
Yes.
as long as it doesn't
You would not
crit.
live this Earthquake otherwise without the badge boost.
All right. And then
Nice
because of the
damage.
two Carbos,
Oh.
we got, and the speed badge boost from the X special, I outspeed this Alakazam.
Yep.
Barely. Didn't Gen 1 miss, so I just win now. Just-
This is Vaporeon strats, let's not forget after all.
that's a good point.
This is another part where
I don't think
Vaporeon
so.
versus Flareon matters. With Vaporeon strats with Pokeguy is doing right now,
Epic.
Champ obviously has this Ninetales, which has Quick Attack, which it does not have the Ninetales. It has Quick Attack on Flareon strats. So hopefully we just get past this.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Last.
GG.
Okay, GG. Congrats,
Wow.
dude. Wow.
Deathless, very nice.
Yeah, true. Very, very nice. Getting Deathless in yellow is
Very
not
nice.
easy, so it's very, very cool that Pokemon
No.
got that.
Yeah. Stuff.
Ooh. GG's.
GG.
So, ideally, you don't want to be doing Vaporeon strats because you don't want to be risking Quick Attack at the very, very end, which is completely avoided with Flareon. But we defeated who, and it's over. Congrats to Pokeguy. Awesome. Hope everybody enjoyed.
Yep. Time's
We
good.
don't quite cut the time yet. We go until the end of Hall of Fame because the amount of Pokemon you have in your party changes the length of that. But as soon as it fades out, that's when we cut the
Exactly.
time.
Mid
Or who?
201. Very good. 201 is a very, very good no reset time for this game, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It is, yeah.
Indeed.
Not easy to get us up to. With all the saves and stuff, so. And with all the extra encounters and stuff you got, definitely
So
so many. A very good time. Very awesome.
Your Nidoking one last
Right.
time.
Time is, like Matt said, as soon as this fades, after all this text here.
Coming up in a few seconds. And time.
GG's.
Very cool. Deathless is pretty not that easy.
Not at all.
So
Yeah.
getting it is very nice.
Hope everybody enjoyed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bana, for hosting for us.
Thank you, Speed Gaming.
If you want to learn how to run this or other Pokemon games, you can join the Gen 1 to 3 Discord, which you can find on speedrun.com. Other Pokemon games, they all have their own communities. You got the DS server, the Switch server, 3DS, whatever you want to run, join the server. They'll be extremely helpful. A lot of nice people. So,
Thanks for having me
Yeah.
on commentary. I appreciate it, bro.
yep.
I hope everybody enjoyed.
Awesome. Thanks so much, everyone. What an incredible run. Let's give another round of applause for Pokeguy and that incredible Pokemon Yellow run. That was amazing. And massive shout out to all of y'all who sent in your Pokédex donations as well. We have raised so much money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. And just to update everyone, we are currently at $82,632 out of the $99,999 that we need to unlock Stray as our bonus game. Now, I don't mean to alarm all y'all, but we only have one more run before Stray. So if you want to see the amazing cat game, then get those donations in. Make sure you're clicking on the incentive for Stray to unlock that bonus game. And let's get more AGDQ. Before we continue, I'm just going to read out a few more of your Pokédex donations because we got so many. It was absolutely amazing. We had $148 from Tiny, who said, a 148 Pokédex donation for my favorite Pokemon Dragonair. Let's beat this incentive for the kitties. Moving on through, $155 from Makuta, who said, $155 for my favorite starter, Cyndaquil. Let's go, Stray. Let's go. Super excited to see that run coming up. $29.60 from Pink, who says, here's 296 dimes. That's 148 times 2 for my favorite Pokemon, number 148 Dragonair, and times 2 for the 2 times my mom has beat cancer. Thanks so much for your donation, Pink. And finally, a $1,212.12 donation from Fred, who says, my favorite Pokemon is Butterfree, so here's 3 of them. Thanks so much for all of your Pokédex donations, y'all. That was absolutely incredible. And we are still going to keep pushing to unlock Stray as our bonus game for the evening. Once again, I don't do math very well, but that's about $16,000 left to go, and I know we can do it, so let's keep pushing. All right, and now for a quick word from one of our sponsors, Fangamer. Fangamer is a video game merchandise company that ships worldwide. All sales of GDQ merch will benefit the Prevent Cancer Foundation. And you can find out more about all of this merchandise at fangamer.com/GDQ. And if you go over there, I guarantee you will find a lot of incredible things like pins, shirts, joggers, badges. Take a peek over there, y'all, because all of those merch sales, once again, will go to benefit the Prevent Cancer Foundation. So make sure to check that out. We are going to take a short break, so make sure to go fill up your water bottles, stretch your legs, whatever you need to do, and we will catch you right after this. Welcome back, everybody, to AGDQ 2023 Online. I hope you enjoyed that nice little break to stretch your legs after that amazing Pokemon Yellow run. And once again, we have been absolutely amazed by all of your donations coming in as we continue to raise money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Updating y'all, we have hit over $86,000 towards our incentive, which is amazing. Let's keep that momentum going. We have one run left before the bonus games, so we want to get this as fast as possible. A couple donations here. We have $250 from Karaoke, who says, donating in memory of my mom, who passed away last year from complications due to lung cancer. She survived 3 previous cancers before, thanks to early detection. She was a big supporter of speedrunning ever since I started the hobby in 2006 and would always tune into GDQ events. Thank you to GDQ for all that you do and all the entertainment you bring. Shoutouts to the rest of the ChatMod team, all the speed friends, and cat lovers everywhere. Thanks so much for your donation, Kari. We appreciate it. We also have a $50 donation from Prince the Cat, who says, if the stray incentive isn't met, I will never let my humans sleep past 6 in the morning. Come on, chat. The felines of the world are watching. All right, you heard it, everyone. Let's continue to get those donations in for Stray. Y'all are doing so good. All right, next up, we have a prize segment. So let's go see what they're up to over there, and we'll catch you right after this.
Thank you so much, Lana. Hello, everyone. My name is Sent, and my job here is to tell you all about some of the amazing prizes that you all can win by donating during the marathon. Now, Ocarina of Time 3D is the start of a whole new prize block, so we have a ton of excellent prizes to talk about. But first, we got to do some real quick housekeeping. We're gonna get rid of that. We all know who the real winner was here. You sit over there, Whooper. You're going to be my friend for this one. We have so many excellent prizes to talk about for all of you. We've got some Kirby coming up a little bit later tonight, and there's so many cute Kirby prizes. First off, we have this 3D printed Kirby Chef tray. It's a $20 minimum donation sent to us by Jesse. I'm going to tell you right now, a $25 minimum donation is actually going to get you entered into everything I'm going to talk about and more. So make sure to get in a $25 minimum donation between now and the end of Kirby Star Allies a little bit later tonight. Anyway, this Kirby, absolutely fantastic. It's a 3D printed model with a lovely tray right in front of Kirby, and the pot and pan are actually removable, and they come with some interchangeable pieces of chocolate that you can have Kirby hold instead, which is just absolutely adorable. Thank you so much, Jesse, for sending this out to us. Fantastic. $20 donation by itself, but again, $25 is going to get you entered into everything I'm about to talk about, like this absolutely beautiful Kirby Perler sent to us by Pearl Pop. It's the size of my head. Like, look at it. It covers my head perfectly. And I'm going to let you all in a secret, chat. I have a big head. This is a big Perler. It's absolutely fantastic. Again, when we talk about Perlers, we either talk about a clean melt style of Perler or a very see-through style of Perler. We got studio lights shining right on this Perler. It is, directly in the line of 4 or 5 very bright lights. You can't see through this at all. This is an absolutely perfect melt. It is a wonderful example of Pearl Pop's craftsmanship, and you should definitely get in your donations. Again, $25 is going to get you into this and so much more. From our good friends over at Yuru Yuru Studios, we have, I love this. I love this. This is a wall-mounted Kirby rug of Kirby sleeping. It's so cute. Like, how can you not love this? I believe it is a $25 minimum donation from now until the end of Kirby Star Allies. But it's absolutely fantastic. It's adorable. It's so fuzzy. It comes with a nice little hanging bracket in the back, so you could stick it up wherever you would like. Thank you so much to our friends over at Yuru Yuru Studios for providing it. Fantastic. From our friend Emmy Elliott, we have a dragonfly in a bottle from the Spyro games, painted in acrylic on canvas. Absolutely fantastic painting. Again, as you can see in this camera shot right now, one of my favorite parts about Emmy's paintings is just how shiny they are. It is incredible. Like, it genuinely feels like you have somehow laminated a painting. Love it. Excellent details, excellent reference there. $15 minimum donation by itself, but again, $25, that's where you're going to want to be because it's going to enter you into all kinds of great prizes, like some more wonderful pearlers from our friend Pearl Pop. We have the Spiritual Stones from Ocarina of Time, the Kokiri Emerald, the Goron Ruby, and the Zora Sapphire, also known as the 3 dungeons you don't want to do in a randomizer. They could all be yours for a $25 minimum donation, along with so many other wonderful prizes. I'm going to hold them all up here individually just so you can get a good look at all 3 of them. Again, the melts on these are fantastic. The shading on these are fused beads. How do you get this level of shading just in perler form? Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, ProPop, for sending them out to us. We also have an incredible resin Kirby Star Rod here. This is lovely. Comes to us from Flux Tide Designs. It's actually got a lot of heft to it. The star itself, quite heavy. The rod itself feels good in your hand, but if you don't want to hold it in your hand, it actually comes with a lovely stand here. We should probably actually just pan down to the rod on the stand on the table, if that's possible, because it fits into it magnificently, and it looks great. So much detail on it, so much beautiful design, and the art style, it just pops. It feels like it belongs in Kirby, and I absolutely love that. Thank you so much to our friends over at Flux Tide Designs for sending that out to us. Now, keep in mind, if you haven't gotten a $50 minimum donation in today, you absolutely should, because that's going to get you entered into all 3 of our amazing day prizes. We've got some cool ones. First off, I can't stop playing with it because we have this lovely jumbo Palladian Whooper plush from our friend. It's over at Pincushion Cat Plushies. Like, it's just so good. Again, you know, when you think of a plushie this size, sometimes you're thinking of something, you know, really hollow, something that's really lightly stuffed. But I'm telling you, this Whooper is firm, and it is incredible, and it is weighty, and it is a high quality plushie that you could have for a $50 minimum donation before the end of Star Allies later tonight. In addition, we also have this incredible Stray acrylic on canvas painting sent to us by Caroline Design. Like, come on. I don't know what to say about this because I don't know what I can say about this other than it's fantastic. The level of detail in these city streets is incredible on all the different signboards, on all the different reflections in the windows, on all of the different neon lighting sources. This feels like a cyberpunk fever dream. And on top of that, it actually reacts to UV light, so it will glow under a black light. And, you know, we can see just a little bit here, like the cat's eyes especially. The cat's eyes light up so wonderfully, and I love that. I love how Caroline manages to do that on these paintings. It's also signed and dated on the back, and Caroline has included a lovely little meow with a drawing of a cat right at the back of it, which, you know, that's just an adorable little extra touch you didn't have to do, but you absolutely did, and I love it. But we're not even done, because a $50 donation today also gets you entered into this lovely Final Fantasy VII diamond painting. We got a painting of Cloud here from the Final Fantasy VII remake with this new model, just looking fantastic. All that shimmering you're seeing, that's 50,000 individual beads put together to form this image. So this thing just sparkles and shines as you walk past it. It is an absolutely fantastic image. Again, I don't know how you get that level of detail working with such a small medium, but it is wonderful. Thank you so much to Lady Wiza for sending this out to us. And again, $50 minimum donation any point today is going to get you entered to win that. It's going to get you entered to win the Whooper. It's going to get you entered to win this lovely painting. It's going to get you entered to win all of the prizes I just talked about and more. Make sure to make it happen, and make sure to put it towards that Stray incentive, getting Stray in the run coming up after Ocarina of Time 3D. You don't want to miss it. And guess what? Keep in mind, if you donate $50 today, that's going to get you a quarter of the way into our grand prizes. We've got 3 amazing ones. All 3 of them are a $200 cumulative donation throughout the event. So donate at least $200 throughout the entire event. You're going to get entered to win an amazing replica from our friends over at Heroic Replicas, a Hylian shield, plus your choice of over 15 different incredible options. You're going to get entered to win an incredible PC from our friends over at SkyTech Gaming PCs. And you could head over to ggamesdonequick.com and check out the prize listing for the exact things. And you're going to get a Fallout AER 9 laser rifle from Vulpin Props and Cute Monster Props. It's absolutely incredible. Thank them all so much for sending everything out to us. It's fantastic. Anyway, that is going to be it for me, but you all should not go anywhere because we have the newest version of Ocarina of Time ready for you. The any percent category that you want to see. Don't miss Ocarina of Time 3D coming up next.
Welcome back, everybody. How about that prize segment, hey? That was absolutely incredible. Once again, as it was said, all of those donations can get you entered to win some of those incredible prizes. So let's keep those donations rolling in. Like I had said before the break, we have been putting a lot of these donations towards our bonus game. And the bonus game of the night is Stray. So once again, if you don't know what Stray is, it's the amazing cat game that sort of took over the internet this year. So if you're super into cats, then you are absolutely going to love this speedrun. Little check-in, we are at $90,578, and that's going up faster than I can keep up with it. Like, it's so fast. So let's keep those donations rolling in. We have less than $9,000 left to go before we secure that bonus run, and this is the last run to do so. So keep them rolling in, everyone. Y'all are doing great. So next up on the schedule, we have an incredible Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D any percent run from Ben Stevens. I'm going to toss it over to the very large crew that you will see over there. Take it away.